Hey, what's up guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of Project Tranmere. In this episode, we continue on through our 4th season with the Rovers. We are top of the league table in League 1, a near perfect start. Not record-wise, but in terms of our expectations, a near perfect start to the campaign. Before we get down to business, let's talk about a couple of things. First up, Elliot Kirsch, upload FIFA every day. I wish I could, but I'm primarily an NHL streamer. About time FIFA starts bringing in 1,000+ views on every video, I will. G space G
unit.
Come on, get in the car. Get your ass in the car.
You should know where players are that you sold to see where they go, and yeah, if you guys, like, if anyone wants to keep track of a list because we've sold on quite a few players, let me know. Obviously, in-game, I have the option to go to our transfer history, but that is only for this season. So, yeah, I'm not against being like, oh shit, this is how Boleslav Bartos panned out. But, yeah, if anyone can remember or wants to go find the names from before and add these guys to the list, let me know, and we'll go back and look at a certain time. Or at least get me the full list, and I'll start keeping track from here. To Jim Goulding, both of your comments. Number one, we're not necessarily worried about profit because all we can do is improve scouts, so I'm not too concerned. And as far as playing the second team in cup matches, I want to make sure we actually win. So that was always the goal, is having the first team play cup matches so we have a chance of winning, and having the second team be good enough that they don't lose every game that they end up playing. So, with all of that said, again, a quick reminder, we are in fact scouting Germany, not France, or yes, France, I was going to say Ghana, Colombia, and France, there you go. Easy for me to say. I believe we still have 2 more reports on that front. Again, right now, the team is looking solid. Only 17 games of the season now. We have quite a few games coming up as well. The second team is going to need to perform well. I will see you guys on the 7th before this Czech Trade trophy matchup against Cambridge. So a fun little thing to note, as we are reconvening just a tad bit early, let's quickly recap the month that was November. Of course, we beat Luton 2-1 in the Czech Trade Trophy, ended up drawing MK Dons, beat Blackpool 4-1, lost 1-0 to Charlton Athletic, beat Walsall 3-1, and just drew Oxford United. That brings us into December, where not only do we have the Czech Trade Trophy matchup against Cambridge, we also have an Emirates FA Cup match against Exeter. Gotta love those random FA Cup ties that just show up. So, yeah, got no choice but to play the first team in the FA Cup matchup, and we'll hope that the second team that just drew on the previous game, the previous day, that they are capable of beating Cambridge. Time will tell. As far as the monthly report goes, who else do we have? Oriana's not looking that bad. Simon DeLuc, you're not going to make it. Nader Walid's an interesting one. He can stay for the moment. Yeah, you're terrible. Get out of here. And you're also terrible. Get out of here. I think we're good. Walid's an interesting one where I'll probably end up cutting him. It's just the fact that he's a 63 overall right now makes it potentially interesting to keep him around. Now, we do have a couple of injured players. I'll be intrigued to see who is healthy for these 2 matches. We get a loan offer for Galliano, which might go through, it might not. The way those work, just eventually someone accepts it, but it hardly ever goes through, of course, without doing the whole change the transfer list garbage that I just don't feel like doing every time. We get another loan offer for Galliano. I mean, come on, go to Villa. You know you want to go to Villa, please. Go to Villa or Besiktas, wherever. All right, first team is going to be in against Exeter. Now, a funny thing to note, Clark's promising player trait is done, so I'm not sure how much better he's going to get over the years. As far as this team is concerned, injury-wise, Wright and Kelly are still out. Kovacs is also out. Cox is out on loan, which means preferably, I mean, we have a couple of options. Starting left back is Medved. We do have a couple of options, and it's probably going to be Weber, who we normally play at left back. And I think based off of the 4-star weak foot, we can bump Medved over, and we'll handle it that way. And then on the bench, it'll be Kelly, and let's go with Richardson for this game at least. But again, a couple of injuries that we're dealing with. Wright is almost back. He is normally our starting right back, funny enough. And from there, we need to get Luna back on the bench, who was actually just injured. And with that, we're good to go. So the team is set. Moritz Meyer at the helm. Of course, the squad is looking better than it ever has. But let's see if they can get a huge victory here. Exeter, at best, are in League One as well. I do believe they might even still be down in League Two. So this is a should-win game. But we've had some bad luck before. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we do get the win. Anderson and Berezovsky off the bench. They tied it, and 1 minute later, Berezovsky scored to seal the deal. 2-1 final. We get a crucial win in an early FA Cup setup as we play the area final against Cambridge coming up. As far as training is concerned, I'm actually going to be going with a whole new row of players here. Montanon's not looking that bad. Clark and Jackson are actually close to going up. Is there anybody else? Johannesson could use a little bit of help going up to a 66. I do want to focus on our normal players. Medved as well. How are you looking? Can improve your defense, get you over the hump. Our starting left back, center backs, Weber, very close to going up to a 67. Good thing is here with the defense, we're looking pretty good. Eklund, not necessarily close. Berezovsky, Cordoba, Sip, also close to going up. So we're looking good. We're looking pretty good in terms of getting everybody that much closer to a 70, which is going to be necessary if we end up getting promoted, which, you know, outside chances, all but one player ended up going up to the next level, which is good. But about time we find ourselves in the championship, I think we're going to get smacked down to reality. Even though the team is solid, I don't exactly think we'd be storming our way to the Premier League immediately. Let's see what happens here, though. Check a trade trophy. We get a loan offer for Arne, which will probably be rejected, which sucks. We made 61K in tournament prize money. Just rolling. Scrooge McDuck style in the money. As the second team, they are going to play. I'd prefer to go with a basically full fitness squad. Kelly is good to go, which is huge, because we're going to bring him in for Berezovsky and then play Sip at Cam. And then as far as Roberts goes on the left-hand side, I think he's going to stay. The good thing is we have Anderson. So Roberts is pretty much guaranteed to be subbed out, which is fine. This team should be good enough, I would hope, to win this game. I hope. Time will tell. We won one cup match. Can we win another against a team in pretty damn good form, actually? Let's see what happens. Can Jackson lead us to victory? Roberts gets an early goal. They tie it 2 minutes later. I think I'm a little bit more invested in this one because I'm a little bit more uncertain of our potential chance at success. We reach halftime tied at 1. Their goal scorer is off. Johannesson restores the 1-goal lead. 20 minutes remaining. Do we have what it takes to hang on? Arne makes it 3, and that'll do it. So 2 cup matches, 2 victories. I will take it. And I'll also see you guys in a couple of minutes. Actually, I don't even think we have to jump. I don't even think we have to jump cut. I think we're just good to sim beyond this game that's coming up here. And then we'll take a look at the scouting report. And then we'll go with the jump cut. Hey, Galliano's finally been loaned out. Sweet. He'll be leaving as of January 1st. Elliot Roberts not feeling up to it. That doesn't surprise me. So we'll go back to the first team. And let's put Luna. We'll leave Roberts on the bench. That's fine. Anderson, I'm gonna start Luna in this game, actually. And again, Kelly is back. So we're going to play Berezovsky off the bench. And I think we're good for now. I'm going to have to double check. The way this is set up just because of the injuries that we've had to try and get that perfect balance. We're playing Coventry, who are not in the best form. not in the best form. We have a chance here to extend that lead in the league. 3-2-1, 2-1 victory. Morgan and Kelly with the goals. We continue to roll in league play, up to 47 points through 22 games. We do have our scouting reports. No, we don't. Wow, actually, I'm shocked. 60K, not bad. Roberts, you're welcome. No problem. Let's take a look here, shall we? They should be arriving here either today or tomorrow. Is it the 14th or the 15th that we have them set up on right now? It must be the 14th, because, nope, okay, is it the 15th? Excuse me? When the hell is this report coming in? Tournament prize money. I'm waiting for 3 more emails. FIFA. There it is. There it is. And also, I told you to stop simming. Thank you. All right, so let's see. Who do we have here? Let's find out. In France, Fabien Milot is not going to be brought in. Laurent Roch will not be brought in. Olivier Barrett, or Barret perhaps, not brought in. Philippe Bernard and Yannick Ferrier. Wow, terrible batch of players from France this time out. From Germany, Paul Hoffman, absolutely not. Andreas Hache. Hache. Andreas, welcome aboard. Florian Fischer will be denied, and Nicholas Hiroshi Hache will be rejected as well. So we have 1 player thus far. Joaquin Guzman. Yes, please. Alfonso Prado. You're a goalkeeper, but fine. Enrique Campos. Oh my God. Enrique Campos. Look, Jesus Christ, Colombia. Manolo Galliano. All 5'5" of them. That is unbelievable. All right, so who else do we have here? Jesus, Montadon's up to a 65. Now, 49 overall at 16 years old. I got to be honest, it's a good potential. I don't think we're going to be able to build him up in time. So that's going to be a no for me. Oriana can stay for the moment. Walid can stay. We got rid of the 1 guy I wanted to. But again, the youth academy right now is just so stacked with talent. And actually, I want to double check back. Was there someone there who had a crazy overall? 65, 66 for Guerniero, 61, another 48, 88 to a 94 for Archie Bailey. Okay, that's the guy I'll make the exception for with the low overall, for obvious reasons. So with that, we will sim forward a month until our final scouting reports from those 3 nations. Will we still be top of the league in that time? We currently have essentially 2 wins over Charlton Athletic. Only one way to find out. Also, January is going to be interesting with who may be leaving out on loan. Right, so we're back a little bit earlier than expected. Here is why. In December, right after the victory over Cambridge, we played Coventry and got a 2-1 win. From there, we play Bristol Rovers and get a 3-2 win on the road. And from there, it goes insane as we played our first team again. We played them there. We played them against Walsall, where we drew. We then played second place Charlton. I threw out the second team, hoping to beat Walsall and Bristol, which kind of backfired as we only walked away with 4 out of 6 points. And now, January 1st, we draw West Ham in the FA Cup. So say goodnight to our FA Cup chances. We will still sim through the game, but yeah, we're boned. There is no way on earth we are winning this game. There is no way. We're on the road. It's just not going to happen. So, say goodbye to the FA Cup. The magic of the FA Cup. This is the one game where I'd be like, I kind of want to play it because I feel like it would increase my chances to win. But I also feel like that would be a little bit cheap. So, as Arnay and Galliano have left on loan, we also ended up getting a managerial offer for Wales, which I was kind of interested to take. We never really followed up on that as far as whether or not we wanted to take an international offer. Part of me kind of doesn't. Walid, we're gonna drop you. Is there anybody else? Cuesta still looking okay. Campos we can probably drop, and we'll leave the rest as is for now. But very intrigued to potentially take that offer. I mean, hey, at least we get to see Gareth Bale. Now, as far as the team sheet goes for this game, yeah, it's, again, regardless, it's going to be a rough game for us. We will get Moritz Meyer back up top, get Roberts back on the bench, and Kelly will be in for Sip. We're actually going to start him over Berezovsky. So that is our preferred starting 11 with our preferred bench. So we have that going for us. It's just whether or not the team can get the job done, which again, I have a feeling it's not going to happen. But at the very least, I hope we just prove to not embarrass ourselves here. They are coming off a loss to Everton, which is promising, I guess. Let's see how this goes. On the road to Daryl Janmatsson, Reece Oxford. Okay, they're not playing their starting team. Pavlenka in goal. Michael Antonio's there. Jack Wilshere, who scores. Okay, allow me to name some of my players like Meyer, Kelly, Morgan. Looks like they have Chris Smalling as well. Martinez makes it 2. And we're in a whole lot of trouble. 70th minute. Can we get a goal? Not as if it matters, but yeah. It's a loss to West Ham. We are out of the FA Cup. Just like that, a pretty poor draw. And despite a full-strength team, just didn't have it in us. So, well, with that, I'll talk to you in a few moments once we hit the 15th. 28 games in, 5 games over the halfway point of the season, and we are still in first place. 6 points, 2 wins clear of Birmingham City. And things are looking pretty damn good for us right now. I want to see if it still pops up in the news feed, which I am completely blanking on how to get back there, aside from just clicking on this. Can I find it in club news? Apparently not. I'm pretty sure we got named Manager of the Year, but it's just disappeared in the meantime. So I have to take my word for it, even if we haven't. That would still be hilarious. Let's take a look here. So we lost Alton for the last game, but here we go. Our final few reports. Starting off in France, Belcourt. Philippe Belcourt is not going to be signed. Arthur Palliard? Palliard. I'm going with Palliard. Will absolutely be signed. Cedric Moreau will be signed for the moment. Arnaud Lacroix will not be signed. And Gregor Renaud will not be signed either. So there we go. France, thank you very much for your time. In Germany, Dennis Ziegler will not be signed. Torben Wagner will not be signed. Torben Graf will definitely be signed if there's anybody to get rid of. Oriana might still be worth keeping. Cuesta at 18 and a 55, we're going to drop. Is there anybody else to drop? Not really. Is there anybody in the 40s aside from Bailey? 51 for Hashe. This isn't too bad. Is there anybody else who's a really low overall? The answer is no. So we're going to have to make a tough choice here coming up. But Graf will be signed. Robert Engel will not be signed. Albrecht will be signed for the moment, which really raises the question of what to do with this roster. Galliano was loaned out. We could technically use another back. And whether that be Thomas Lund. Do we have anybody else? Thomas Lund is going to be signed. Yeah, so he is right-footed. Let me go ahead and add him to my Word document depth chart. But yeah, Thomas Lund is going to be signed. I will try to loan him out if possible, but for now, he is a depth option that we could use. The Norwegian has finally made the roster. Let's bring in Albrecht, and Scholze will not be brought in. That brings us to Colombia. Tomas Barrios will not be signed. Fabio Lucero will not be signed. Vicente Cortez, Ruben Hurtado, Lino Bello, great name, and Valentin Navarrete. So Colombia was very kind to us in month 2, not so much there. Berezovsky and Roberts are a little bit frustrated with their playing time, but it's kind of ridiculous that they're frustrated with that. Granted, they're not starting every game, and that's their expectation, but they have played a lot of games. So it's kind of frustrating in that way. Thomas Lund, again, will add to the loan list. Taking a little bit of a look at the stats here as far as who's played the most. Who just complained? Like, Roberts complained, didn't he? He's played 25 games. Moritz Myers played the most games. Like, that's insane. That's just insane to have some of these guys complaining about their playtime. But it is what it is. Before we continue onward, it is time to send out our scouts on their next adventure. Andrew Kennedy, our top scouts. Buddy, buddy, you are going, as I drop my controller, you're going to the floor, apparently. You are going to Northern Ireland. Congratulations. Have fun. I could have sent Thomas Walsh there, but I didn't want to, because I'm insensitive. Next up on the list as well, we are going back to South America and the lovely country of Uruguay. And from there, one other place to scout, we're going to Africa. And we are going to scout out Algeria. So there you go. Uruguay, Northern Ireland, and Algeria. The next few nations to check out. Over the next 3 months, we will see who we can find. Again, keep in mind there's an updated list of nations that we have scouted in the description, as we'll continue to make our way through nations that we haven't yet scouted. We are going to continue onward in this episode, especially just to get through the January transfer window. Still in first place, will we be in about a month's time? Let's find out. 15 games left this season. We have a 7-point lead on Birmingham City. To see ourselves outside of the playoff structure, we would have to lose more than 16 points worth of ground. We are 19 points ahead of Oxford United. Things are looking very, very good for us. We've scored the most goals in the league. Unfortunately, on one hand, I guess you could view it this way, we are out of the Czech Trade Trophy, losing to Bradford on pens 4-3. They had 3 consecutive losses at the very least prior to that game, so that was pretty disappointing. We ended up drawing Southend as well. Before that, we had previously beaten Bradford in the league and a victory over Shrewsbury, which is always nice, but yeah, very disappointing to see us out of the Czech Trade Trophy competition in the area final. Would have been nice to move on. That said, speaking of moving on, let's get our first scouting reports from these new areas. Jamal Misawi will not be signed. Murad Karish? Karish. Yeah, you're going to be signed. Hell of a name. Hell of a name. Is there anybody worth getting rid of? Oriana is still an interesting one. Andreas Hasha will be let go of. Albrecht is a 64. Ugh. Okay, I don't think I can let go of him outright yet. Fabricio Barrios can be let go of, though, as can Cedric Miro. So, there we go. Let's sign Karish. Fathi Benzekri. No. And Mustafa Budawani. We needed another Budawani, and we have one. Sweet. Next up is Uruguay. Reynaldo Miranda will be signed. Ruben Miranda will not be. Benito Sandoval. Absolutely not. Or I can hit the wrong button. Sure. Let's go ahead and cut you. Adan Velasquez will not be signed. And Ivan Duarte will definitely have to be. There is a 46 as a 16-year-old, though. Torben Graf will be released. He's just never going to make it. So let's sign Duarte. And the final report from Northern Ireland, Darren O'Donnell will not be signed. Colm Hennessy. Colm Hennessy, he will not be signed. Peter Feeney, though. Peter Feeney. Yes, for now, Peter. Welcome to the team. Again, Albrecht I'm interested in because of that high overall. A 48 at 17, Budawani will be cut. He's just never going to make it. Let's go ahead and sign Feeney. Barry O'Byrne will be signed. Ian Crow will not be. Brian Quinn will not be. Love you on Impractical Jokers, though. And Colm Brady will be released. So, Barry O'Byrne. Barry O'Byrne needs to be signed. There was someone else with a really low overall. And I'm going to drop Karish as well to not have to build him up. I want a good starting foundation with the promising potential for everybody in that youth academy if we are going to invest the time into them. With that said, I want to make a little bit more progress so that the next episode can be the season finale, the end of episode, or the end of season 4. So I will see you guys in a little bit, and we'll look to wrap up this episode from there. 11 games left this season, and we are in first place, top of the league table, by 10 points over Charlton Athletic and Birmingham City. To have been promoted as champions, to now in the follow-up season being just a few wins away from being promoted again as champions is absolutely ridiculous. Like, really, this is absurd. And as it stands, Walsall, they have 11 games left. So technically, they can finish with 88 points, I do believe. But that would be if they win all 11 games and we were to lose the majority of ours. The point is, we're at least making the playoffs. And barring a drastic collapse, we will outlast at least one of the two between Charlton and Birmingham to get automatic promotion in one of the top two spots. It would take a drastic slip up. I'm talking, and this, oh God, I don't even want to say it as a Liverpool fan. I'm talking Gerrard style. Damn it. Oh God, I just died a little more inside. That said, let's get to the final scouting report of this episode. Our second, of course, from Algeria, Uruguay, and Northern Ireland. And we'll take it from there. We will reconvene in the next episode where we will hopefully be crowned champions, as we're trying to get Ove Anderson up to a 74. He's not the only one we're going to be focusing on. Let's put a little bit of effort into Eklund here. If there's anything that makes sense for him to level up, like his vision. And is there anything else to get him up to the next overall attacking position? Will that get him there? It will not. Neither man goes up to the next overall point, but they're close, which helps. Of course, they can get there just through game time. They are both starters on the team. We have a game coming up against Mansfield Town on the 16th. We get another loan offer for Thomas Lund. I hope he leaves at some point soon. He'll still be here for the rest of the season, which we need him for as a depth option, but then for next year he'll be gone, which is fine by me with the amount of prospects we still have in the system, as he was not loaned out. But we do have our 3 reports. So Mr. Carter in Algeria, Samar Zouabri will not be signed. Murad Masawi will not be signed. Tariq Aboudouani will not be signed. Saeed Kude, would it be? Will not be signed. And Ilyas Amara. So big swing and a miss there for Algeria. In Uruguay, Benito Granero will not be signed, or he will be accidentally. Good thing is he can't be. Fabricio Velasquez will not be signed. Adan Aguirre will not be signed. And Eugenio Oriana. Man, this is rough so far. Northern Ireland, can you come to the rescue? James O'Byrne, not quite good enough. James Quinn, not quite good enough. Kevin Brennan, hello. Yes, we will absolutely look to sign you. Oriana's still an interesting one. Man, Granero's going to be so good. He's going to be so good, but as long as he's still developing, I don't feel the need to sign him, but he's going to be amazing. Barry O'Byrne will be cut. He'll be replaced by his fellow countryman within the system for now. God. Hold on. I know, I don't know. Oh, God. The sea is not silent. I know that. Fuck it. Breen, you're being signed. I will have to learn how to say your name correctly, apparently. Toby King is kind of worth signing. Balliard was looking okay. Albrecht is looking great. Feeney's also looking quite good. This is rough because we really don't need depth. And actually, in fairness, a little bit of depth at Cam would be great because we loaned out Arnay. So we could bring in a little bit of depth at Cam. Duarte is going to be great to sign at some point, too. Bailey's still just a 50, but he has that crazy potential. Albrecht could be worth signing already. There's Granero, there's Oriana, Boudouani, Montadon. We could sign Montadon and play him as a Cam. And with that potential, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. To be honest, he's going to be... It's going to be rough, though, because he's not going to be playing regularly. He'd still be behind Kelly, Morgan, Sip, and Berezovsky. But I'm going to do this because I don't want to ditch anybody. I know I don't have to sign that guy, but I want to make sure he doesn't leave. So we're going to sign Jan Montadon and bring Mr. Breen into the system. Jesus Christ. Peter Hogan as well. Okay. Northern Ireland has all the top talents. We could bring in Boudouani, or Granero, which would be a mistake because neither would be playing for the rest of the season. And again, we really don't need anybody else in that group, but I think that's what we're going to do. And we are going to bring in Ronaldo Granero. He is pretty much just going to sit for the rest of the season, unfortunately. But I think moving forward, he's the guy. And next, in this upcoming offseason, we'll look to sell Dragicevic, who's currently our depth goalkeeping option, who is out on loan. But just because we know we're going to sign him, eventually anyway, and he could be the starter down the road, he will definitely be signed now, and we'll try to get him out on a loan offer before the end of the season. So Granero is signed, Peter Hogan's in, and then Ciaran Murphy. Jesus Christ, Northern Ireland, you're killing me here. You are killing me here. Oriana could be signed. Unfortunately, no matter who we sign here, they're just not going to get playing time. Like, they're not even going to see the bench. So, it might just be worth dropping somebody if they're not all that good. Like a low 50, like Palliard. I'm going to drop Palliard. I'm alright with that. So we'll drop him, and we'll bring in Murphy. So Northern Ireland was beyond beneficial for us in that scouting effort. Let's take a look here, though. Again, Dragicevic is up to at least a 72. Kind of sucks that we're going to have to ditch him. But, I mean, Jackson and Clark are absolutely going to be the 1-2s. Max Jackson actually has an expiring deal. We'll take care of it. Oh, that's right. We tried to sign him and he rejected. That could play a factor. If we can't re-sign Max Jackson and lose him on a free, then Dragicevic stays and will be the backup next year to Clark, and Granero will still go out on loan no matter what. So if we don't bring back Clark, Dragicevic stays. Or if we don't bring back Jackson, which we are going to attempt. Let's see, to end this episode, can we re-sign Jackson? The main key here, well, of course he's never going to get crucial, but the main key here is that he offers up the wage and I don't have to guess. That's the big thing here. 5-year deal is great. Doesn't want a release clause. That's fine. Please give me the offer. Yes. So he's not looking for that big of a wage. He just wants a big signing bonus, which we can give him. So Jackson is back, and as it stands, Dragicevic will be leaving once he returns. So we'll get a decent amount of money for him, which, again, I'm not too concerned about. But it'll be Granero who gets loaned out. Unfortunately, he'll be sitting here, like I said, for the rest of the season. But that is what it is. The good thing is, though, if we lose Jackson or Clark in the future, we have the guys that can be brought in to replace them. And I still have Lund loan listed as well. So very excited to see what happens with this team moving forward. Again, we are 7 points clear. We can go back up to 10 points clear if we beat Mansfield, which will leave that game for the next episode. Again, 11 games to be played this season. Are we going back up? Are we getting consecutive promotions from League 2 as champions, now in the pole position here in League 1 to go up to the championship in just 4 seasons, which I'm very, very happy about. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, this is going nowhere. I am addicted to this series. I've been playing a lot of FIFA career mode now, offline as well. The hooks are definitely in, and the fact that it's this close to being a reality, that we are this close to the championship without me having to play any games, really, I've only played 1, is insane. As you get a look at some of the big moves that have happened this season, as we'll just scroll through. Jesus Christ, how did Trent end up on Arsenal? That just breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. But guys, that will do it for this one. Again, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, of course, as always, make sure to support the video, because YouTube doesn't like to fucking tell you when the hell people upload, apparently, unless you interact with the video in a certain number of ways. So, just drop a like at the very least, leave a comment down below, just say, hey, how you doing, and I'll respond, or I'll highlight you in the next episode, because who knows, I'm doing that now, like a lot of other people do, so I figured, why the hell not? Check out everything in the description, including the list of nations that we have already scouted, so on and so forth. I love you all. Have a good one. Goodbye.